Capital Community Television, in cooperation with the United States Australian Football League, presents the 2016 USAFL Western Regional Tournament from Salem, Oregon. Today we have a women's match featuring a combination of the Minnesota Freeze and the Portland Sockeyes as they take on the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brian Barish alongside Anthony Lally. I'm American, he's Australian, and together we call an Australian football program. This is the third round of games in the women's division of this Western Regional Tournament between this combination of players between the Minnesota Freeze and the Portland Sockeyes, who enter at 2-0 against the 1-1 Iron Maidens. We saw the Sockeyes combination earlier, Anthony, and it was a titanic, if not low-scoring struggle against Sacramento that finished by the very uncharacteristically low score of 2-1.
Yeah, it was, but there was still plenty of creative play, and we saw some really good performances from a few key players. We saw some players in the team step up that maybe started the game slowly. I'm thinking of Zaya McSky, for example. Obviously, Simone Shepherd has led them well in the first two matches. Catherine Oha played very, very well. So, although low scoring, there's been a really, really good ball movement interplay, considering that it is Minnesota and Portland playing together. These ladies haven't trained together leading up to the tournament.
Now, the other game in that first round earlier this morning, we saw the San Francisco Iron Maidens fall 13-7 to a combination of the Seattle Grizzlies and the Vancouver Vixens. In round two, the Vixens combination took on this Sockeyes team. It was a back-and-forth contest and finally won after the siren by Catherine Oha, who kicked a goal right as the siren sounded to give the Sockeyes combination a 2-0 record. The Iron Maidens defeated the Sacramento Suns in their second game by the score of 19-0. So where we are now in this final round of games is that if the Freeze win, if the Minnesota Portland Sockeye combination, if they win, then they are the women's champions. If they lose, and the game going on in the other field, which is the Vancouver Seattle team, if they defeat Sacramento, then we will have a three-way tie at 2-1.
Yes.
The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. All three of those teams will have split against each other. So it will come down to points percentage, which is points for divided by points against.
Correct.
And that means we'll have to take out our protractors, our abacuses, and all that other stuff.
Well, we've had a 1-point game and a 6-point game, and they've been very close, so...
Most of the games that we've had here, and this is the sixth game of the day that we've done here for CCTV, and our thanks to them, everyone who's helped put this tournament on and bring these pictures to you as the team's lining up and getting final instructions from our umpires. The gentleman in the darker orange jersey, by the way, is the president of the USAFL, Dennis Ryan. So he does more than just govern the league. He also umpires, and he's a pretty fair umpire in his own right. One of the things about the women's footy, and we've talked about it off and on, is the fact that women's footy really has seen a resurgence, not just here in the U.S., but also in Australia. They have the new professional league starting next year in 2017 with 8 teams. And not just Australian players making an impact, but a number of American players. We mentioned Katie Klatt for Sacramento. But in general, it's great to see not only it grow on the national level, but at the local level, and you see that with the Sockeyes, who have definitely grown.
So Jessica Estrada, number 2 for the Maidens, is the captain out there now for the toss. Yep,
and she's going to be the player to watch for them. She is extremely quick. She has good decision-making. Also, today's her birthday, so she has that going for her. There's a couple of really, really fast players. Tish Williams is another one as well for the Iron Maidens, who is incredibly quick. Sarah Maggione as well. But another player to watch is Carly Smolak, number 29, who was a former professional soccer goalie. Used to play for in the WUSA back about 15 years ago, and she has emerged very, very capably on the defensive side for the Iron Maidens. So this is it. Win, and you're the winners for the Sockeyes team. Portland, a number of their players, including Jessica Blecher and Simone Shepherd, who was really good in the game that we saw this morning. They played on the Division II Nationals winning team along with Calgary last year. So Portland will have another women's championship. The Minnesota Freeze, they have never won a women's championship. And so that is on the line if they can get by this San Francisco team, but it will be a tough task.
So we're just about ready to get started here.
Dennis Ryan.
And it's remained cool throughout the day.
Yes.
So that's probably manifested itself in a good contest. And here we go.
Here we go. Checking the clock.
Yeah, making sure the timekeeper is on board.
And awake.
Yes. And, Dennis and here umpiring, a lot of people in the USAFL community doing a lot of different jobs to make tournaments like this happen. 95% volunteer run. So,
yep.
It can be a long day sometimes for some of the volunteers, especially given that a lot of the clubs contribute volunteers of people that have been playing through the day too. So
it's also a labor of love.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know I wouldn't have flown cross country for this from Philadelphia if I didn't love it. This is it's one of the best sports in the world. We're still waiting here for something. Now we're ready. Okay, here we go. Ball's in the air, and we have footy. And we are underway as in the middle of the ground, it's Shepard who knocks the ball forward for the Sockeyes. And then getting tied up is Julie Marks for San Francisco, and it'll be a ball up right off the bat. That is Jackie DeLue, who is in the ruck for San Francisco. I don't see Brett Brower, who's their normal ruck. I'm not sure if they have her playing somewhere else or if she's injured, but uncharacteristic to see that. And then the ball goes to ground. Portland staying with it. Portland, by the way, in the blue jumpers with the salmon-colored numerals. They're headed from right to left on your screen. The Iron Maidens, if you saw the last game we did with Golden Gate Rouge, you'll notice their jumpers look very similar in the blue, silver, and orange jumpers. Their uniforms are, they are the women's arm of the Golden Gate Football Club. We have a ball up. So again, if you're not familiar with what we're doing here, we're playing 16 aside. It's normally 18 aside, but here we're playing 16 rather, as Blecker kicks the ball forward into the corner. It's going to roll. Williams is in there to push her defender away, and we'll have a ball up. The object is to kick the ball between the two big sticks on either end of the ground. That's worth 6 points. If you kick it between one of the big ones and one of the little ones, it's worth 1 point. And if you have the ball, you can either run with it. Check that. This is going to be a free kick, and I believe that's Blecker again, or Jessica Blecher. As she kicks that one into the middle, and it is marked. Yes, Simone Shepard, who has been outstanding in the first 2 games for her team today, and she'll have the chance to put the first points on the board in this final game. Plays also for the Portland Shockwave in Gridiron.
Well within her range, too.
To say the least. The ball is up on the way. It's going to be short. There it is, Brett Brower. It goes right through her hands. Nafla Poff is there. And she says, give it to me. We'll ball it up. That's actually pretty good. They have 2 of their talls in Meg Leone and Brett Brower. Leone is in on the ruck, turning it over the shoulder, but it's tipped on the line, and then able to get it out of San Francisco. They get the ball on to Claudia Hendershaw. Hendershaw can't get the ball forward. Serpico for the Sockeyes comes up and then kicks that one in towards the sticks. Almost getting it was Williams. Down the ground they go. They try for the tunnel ball, picked up by Shepard. She is hounded by 2 Maidens. Make that 3 or 4 Maidens, and the ball is tied up, and we'll have a ball up. Maglione again on the ruck. She's a relatively new player. Check that. They're going to bring in DeLue to face Shepard as the ball comes down. Now here's Leone, who just gets a handball off, but waiting for it was Oha, who goes into Poff. Poff turns and fires. It's off the side of her foot. Brower throws in a Shepard. Back to get it is one of the Sockeyes. She's bowled over there by the number 40 for San Francisco, unlisted. And we will have a ball in as the ball is now back in play. Shepard gets knocked over and trying to get it out of San Francisco, and they just do find the field of play and over and out. No score. The Sockeyes, which is a combination of the Portland Sockeyes and the Minnesota Freeze. We're calling them the Sockeyes because those are the jumpers we're wearing. The San Francisco Iron Maidens. Ball goes to ground. Here is Shepard again. Melissa Armstrong in there, but it's Serpico who has it And that one is kicked out, and I believe that is going out on the full.
Yeah, I think it has.
So here
So it'll be a free kick.
So here is Melissa Armstrong, who played for the Arizona Lady Hawks, switched over this year to the San Francisco Iron Maidens. She is a very dangerous national team player. She's going to play on as she took a bounce, but the second one wasn't there. She's going to get claimed. That's got to be holding the ball, and it is. So you got to question the decision there, but a great job by Heather Serpico to come in and tackle Armstrong, and she's having a little bit of a laugh about it, probably at herself. So here is Serpico. She's looking for a lead. She goes in short. It's tipped around.
Almost gets one.
Trying to get to it. Ball goes to ground. Serpico is there. She throws it onto the right, straight in the air. Shepard knocked down by DeLu for San Francisco. Marks gets it out of danger momentarily. It goes right to McSky, who goes in front. Brower on to go get it for San Francisco, and then she ties up her man, and we'll have a ball up. Brian Barish alongside Anthony Lally here at the Capital FC Timber Soccer Complex. And thanks to them and Travel Salem as well, as the ball bounces to Kathy Georgiadis. Georgiadis
has a
kick.
strike.
It's on the way. Marked by guess who? Simone Shepard. She was best and fairest, tied best and fairest with Carly Smolak last year at the regionals. And here she has a chance to give the team the lead. It's a short kick, but it is dead center perfect, and the Sockeyes have drawn first blood.
And as we saw in the first two games, Brian, she has been everywhere, in everything, from the first bounce.
She is, it's just amazing to me. And, you know, we were talking with the men's national coach a little bit earlier as we see her line up here about the athleticism of some of these players. And as we mentioned, Simone plays gridiron football. She has other sports, but you just see her athleticism, and that's what will help her win balls like that. So 6-0 the score as the Sockeyes have the lead. And I'll say this, I've been watching, and I think if you watch anybody, talk to anybody who's watched the games, really the women's games in the USAFL, and Kat Hogg, who's managing this this Sockeyes conglomerate, she's been around since the very beginning. She is the matriarch of USAFL women's football, as we have a tie-up in the middle of the ground. The quality of the game, the passion's always been there, but the quality has really gone up, and we've seen some good quality football in the women's matches today.
Yeah, look, the skill is there, and the cohesiveness, even things like communication out on the field, and people looking for space, looking for a line, looking for a lead. So good to see. Oh, a little break there.
Leone
just
found
got nabbed.
Hendershaw, the handball on to Serpico, who dances away from Hendershaw, goes back to Blecker, who can't get to it. Leone is there, and then she just gets to it, but we have a whistle, and then she's knocked down after the fact.
So it'll be a free kick here for Maidens.
Yep. And that,
so 23 from Portland. Jessica Bletcher will be on the mark there. And that's going to be taken by, is that Margaret Leone?
that is Meg Leone,
Meg
yes.
Leone, sorry.
Yeah, she's wearing 48, but that is Meg Leone. So here's Leone with a torpy right to Shepard. We saw her take a couple of those last year in the Western Regionals as well. So the story with the Sockeyes is it was basically her and I think Jessica Blecker as well was down with Arizona in the Western Regionals as a team. And there was a number of players from Arizona. Their numbers are a little bit lighter here as the ball gets taken down. And they lost in both of their games. And how awesome of a turnaround would that be if they end up being a part of this championship side, assuming, you know, that they are able to see out a good result here.
No, absolutely. And umpire balls it up.
DeLu just gets to the way to the ground. Bletcher again. There is Oha, who kicked the winning goal in the Vancouver-Seattle game. Estrada onto the left foot. Williams, but it only goes as far as Georgiadis. Goes up high, knocked down. DeLu again. And then picked up and thrown onto the left, and it's taken by Marks. Marked by Marks, and Julie Marks throws that into the middle. Almost marked, but it ping-pongs around to Maguillon. And then that one is punched forward deep, and this is their first opportunity for the Iron Maidens as Millie Bruce goes in there. Bruce, by the way, we'll get to her in a second. Handball. And they handball it around. Here's Millie Bruce. Bruce with a right-footed kick. Marked. Almost marked.
She had the line. That was Herdenshaw.
Francesca Minea. And she gets taken down, and they have a wrap-up. And we'll have a ball up. Millie Bruce, as we mentioned, Millie Bruce suffered a knee injury last year in a game that the Maidens played in New York, the East-West Showdown. And it's this, I believe, is her first inter-club game since that injury. So it's great to see her back on the field. There was some questions as to whether or not she played. When I talked to the girls yesterday, sounded like she wasn't going to, but it's great to see her play. Smolak in there. The hit out is there, and it is kicked through for a behind.
So that'll be the first score.
The first score for the Maidens. It's now 6-1. But that shows you how dangerous they can be, and it's going to be very important for there not to be a let-up. So 6-1, the score. Here's Lizzie Even, number national team product. Kicks that one and finds Paige Kicker, who had a number of touches. She had a lot of touches in the second game, but in that first game, she was all over the place in that 2-1 victory. Tipped off the top as Armstrong digs in after it. And here is Melissa Armstrong, the mother of 4 from Arizona, kicking the ball up on that far side. Here's Shepard. She gets spun around. Georgiadis is there. Tupper is in there to help out as well for the Sockeyes. It's going to be soccered along by the Maidens, however. And then they handball it back, again looking for DeLue, and instead finding Armstrong again. And she gets wrestled to the ground, and it's going to be holding the ball. Free kick to Kathy Georgiadis, who is one of the Minnesota players on this combination. And she is another one who is very top-level athlete. As the ball comes back in, and there's a long kick, and almost taken down as Leone got her hand to it, and then she was shoved out of the way unceremoniously. Here comes Oha, as here they come the other direction, come the Sockeyes. And then the ball comes out loose, and now it's Nicole McKenzie who pumps it forward. Georgiadis back to get it, pursued by Smolak. And we'll go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Again, 6-1 the score. The Sockeyes in the blue and the salmon-colored jerseys. Those are brand new, by the way. This is the first game that they're being used.
They look great.
Oh, they're fantastic. In the middle looking for, Kicker with a great job to get to it as trying to go across. Smolak is there, but it's picked off by Georgiadis, who just gets it off to the side of her boot. It comes back off sideways. Over to get it is Herringshaw. Here comes Georgiadis to stay with it. Herringshaw stays with it as well. Estrada tries to soccer the ball off the ground. Maggione is there. She goes up to find Marks. Marks with a handball in the middle, back for Maggione. Good passage of play by the Maidens. Maggione squares up for goal. It's going to roll. It rolls just by. It's still in play. Picking it up and trying to soccer it off, but a great defensive play at the very end of that. It looks like by 16 there for Minnesota, who was Lizzie Even, who came through and cleaned it up. I believe it was Even. A great defensive play to deny Francesca Minea, and it's 6-2. Defense looking a little nervy, but a nice mark.
Well taken. Nice mark indeed.
By Kicker. I'll tell you what, Kicker's got to be up there for best on ground nominations as McKenzie gets to it for San Francisco. She gets away. Serpico just drags her down, but they got it away. Did McKenzie as the ball comes to ground. Rushing through again is Mark. She throws it on to the left. She's going to want to have that one back as Simone Shepard tries to go in there. And Shepard wins that. Oh, great smother. Great smother there by Smolak, who is coming up sort of gingerly after that one.
So we're seeing some good intensity and good hunger to close them down by the back line.
Yeah, on both sides it looks like. Here's Kicker, and there's taking her down again was Smolak, and then picking it up again was McKenzie. Bruce is there. McKenzie picks it up, handballs to Estrada. She gets the ball to boot, heading towards the goal, but going back and taking a nice over-the-shoulder mark again with Shepard. she has quite literally been all over the place. There she is on the back line. She was up in the forward line.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's a ruck, and that's what rucks do. That's why they call them on-ballers, is they follow the ball.
She's definitely doing her 3 miles a game.
But here comes Estrada. Here comes San Francisco again, one-on-one, and there she is again. Shepard has Georgiadis on the right side, and she's going to use her. And she's going to play on. Maguione's going to run her down. But no, play on, says the umpire. Vangenath onto the near side for kicker as she kicks it up the right side. One-on-one contest just through the basket. Williams is chasing her down. She's going to soccer it on to herself there, does the number 2 for Minnesota, Jessica Nelson, and then she is taken down by Williams, who never quit in pursuit. And we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of us. Tish Williams, we mentioned at the beginning, one of the faster players on this team. As the ball comes back in the play, swatted forward by former volleyball player Meg Leone. And here they come. Serpico dragged down by, it's going to call holding the ball. As a great job by Armstrong on Serpico, who was trying to get away but was caught just too late. Almost was checking to see if her nose was bleeding, Serpico, but she looks like it's okay. I think she's getting a little bit. A long kick marked nicely by Herringshaw. Yeah, she's got a little bit of blood on the side of her nose, I think. The umpire hasn't seen it.
Yeah, umpire Beggs, also very experienced, working with umpire Ryan.
Up as it comes away. Blecker kicks that one on the ground to give her teammate a chance. That one will go in further. It's a one-on-one contest. Keeping it on is number 9 for Weaver. Weaver will kick that one on down, and
McKenzie kicked that one over.
McKenzie was there and gets it out.
So she's been there too, there or thereabouts.
Yep. So boundary throw, and this has been a pretty exciting contest. Again, not a lot, only 3 scoring shots between the two teams, but no shortage of action as the ball comes back in the play. Again, Shepard trying to hold up Williams, and Leone is there, and she bangs it out into the middle of the ground. It'll one-hop, it'll two-hop, it'll get by Kicker. Kicker will go in against Smolak. Smolak bends down, picks it up, tries to get it away. She's hauled down. Play on, says the umpire, and then a pile on over the top, and she's going to find a teammate in Maguione. Great over-the-shoulder handball by Smolak as she goes down. Here comes Bruce, who kicks the ball to herself.
Daylight ahead of her. She's got plenty of room. She's got to make sure she grounds that ball.
Here it is.
She has a
kicks, and it's marked defensively. And I think, you know what, Millie's been around. She's playing a long time. I think she takes one more bounce and then kicks the ball. But a good job by Lizzie Even.
She definitely saved the day there.
Yep. And there's McKenzie again. Again, Even swats it away. Here's Estrada. Got to be careful as the ball ping-pongs around. Then knocked down, picked up again, and then hauled down again. And it's a ball up as it looks like Robin Leslie was taken down for the Iron Maidens. Still 6-2 the score. The Maidens knocking on the door again. And that one will be tied up again. Smolak and Eve Brickner, who is a former San Francisco Iron Maiden.
Almost at halftime now, Brian.
Yeah, we're getting pretty near the end, as John and Paul once said. And the ball is kicked forward long and strong. Leone is digging after it. She's going to get to it and have a little bit of room to maneuver. Now she's going to pick it up. It goes off the side of her boot. It's going to roll. It's going to roll. Bruce is there as she tries to throw a Shepard in on a Simone Shepard again. And Shepard had it. She's trying to get up. She's hauled down by Bruce. And it's going to be tackling without the ball. That's an interesting call, and it's going to be a free kick to Millie Bruce. Well, I'm not going to doubt Dennis on that. If he said it's a free kick, it's a free kick. I didn't see what was in there, but in any event, Bruce. Long kick. Georgiadis tipped it. And Vangenath, rather.
So Shepard's pumped that one down. Good contest for the ball.
Brower,
spilled out to the side. Brower.
Leone, McKenzie now bootlaying around. Up on that far side, almost McKenzie. Handballs to Brower. Over the top. Again, McKenzie. Brower. with the kick. Vong Harath is there. Just got it away. Bruce. And it's going to be a throw. Free kick. So illegal disposal. It was a throw there, I believe, on Blecker. It kicks it out into the middle for Marks, who couldn't hang on to it.
Georgiades came through and made that tough.
So here's Marks. She tries to play it on. Brickner is there. She's taken down. She's going to try and stay with it. Will Eve Brickner. And then it squirts out free. Vong Harath is there. And then Shepard with the takedown. Or is it a high tackle? It's a high tackle.
Yes, called high by umpire Ryan.
Rightly so. Robin Leslie will get the free kick. I think it's going to be right at the edge of her range. Again, the score 6-2. Brian Barish alongside Anthony Lally.
Last play of the half, most likely. Umpire Ryan looking at his watch. We've just passed the 20-minute mark.
So here's the kick. It's a ski jump ball. It's in short. Marked nicely and defensively. And
that's it. That's the half.
Is halftime. So an entertaining opening 20 minutes of this final round of women's play. And the score is the Minnesota Freeze Portland Sockeyes 1 straight 6. The San Francisco Iron Maidens 2 behinds, 2 points total. And again, 3 scoring shots, but no shortage of intensity and certainly no shortage of action.
No, and very, very close. So 6-2. I think that we were expecting a close game. We've seen it. There's some good standouts from both teams. I think I've really liked how Mackenzie's been busy in the game for the Maidens. She's really kept them in it. She's been all over the place. Also good to see, Millie Bruce have a few half breakouts. Estrada keeping busy on the ball. The names we expected, Shepard, Oha, certainly within the game. So,
Paige Kicker as well, who's doing great defensively. So that's it for the first half of this one. The score, once again, is the Sockeyes 6 and the San Francisco Iron Maidens 2. We're going to step aside and show you how great the USAFL and this game of Aussie rules is. And when we come back, we'll have the second half of this one. You're watching the 2016 USAFL Western Regionals here on CCTV.
Support for tonight's program was provided by MAPS Credit Union, premier sponsor of Salem-Keizer Schools. Visit one of our convenient locations in the Willamette Valley or our website, mapscu.com. And by Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.
Great competition and a feeder competition there to the AFL.
You're the truest form of an athlete playing footy. You got to cover long distances, got to be able to have endurance, be quick, athletic, sprint, be strong, and have skill at the same time. And I think that if you fancy yourself an athlete, this is a sport.
Well, everyone plays offense and defense, and everyone is a skilled player. You need to have reasonable endurance, reasonable speed, reasonable strength. There's no restrictions on how tall you need to be. Some guys can be, high 6 feet. Some people are in their 5'5", so it doesn't discriminate against anyone. Anyone can play. The thing that Americans would find particularly exciting about it is the fact that it's so fast-paced. The game's continuous. It doesn't stop. The game just continues to keep rolling.
Future of the game, I think that we need to get into more colleges. You look at a team like Minnesota and what they're able to do with college scholarships. Kids going over to Australia for a semester and then come back and they're helping with Minnesota's team. I think that's where our real development's going to come in, and I think we need to really foster the college game.
It's a sport that's really growing, not only in Australia but all around the world. And there's been a few signings of young American college players in the last few years that have made the transition to our sport and done really well.
So a wide range of ages and fitness levels, and it's really a sport for anybody.
So I looked up Aussie rules on YouTube and I thought it was really cool, and that's how I found out about it.
It brings together certain elements from all different sports. Sometimes you might not be the top 1% of a particular sport, but you can use what you know about that sport, and it all is applied very well in Aussie rules football.
Just check out if there's a club in your local area, and from my own experience, both Aussies and Americans in the club are really welcoming, and they took good care of me, so they'll definitely look out for you, and it's a good time.
Kicks it forward. Blecker runs it on Over to get it is 13 for Portland, who I haven't seen yet. That's Carrie Opheim. Opheim into the middle, but here they come in the other direction. She'll touch the ball to the ground, Will McKenzie. Handballs it over to Armstrong. Armstrong goes up the left side. Tupper was handcuffed by the bounce. And then it's picked up again, looks like by Herringshaw. That actually might also be Paloma Ojeda, number 6. And we'll have a ball up. So the ball goes in the air. Smolak against Shepard, 2 pretty competent rucks, but it's Kicker who gets it right off of the hand of Leone, but throws a good Shepard that allows Marks to pump the ball back inside. Lund, but a good job there, and kicking it out there is Ray Hale for the Sockeyes, and it is a free kick, and that's going to Georgina Walker.
So it was against Armstrong?
Yeah, it was against Armstrong. So here's Walker with a kick, long one-on-one contest, knocked down by Paige Meyer.
McKenzie gets it away. Oh, so not a mark, didn't have a clean take at it, right?
Yep, and as they play on, it is, there's McKenzie again. She's taken down by Georgiadis, and Shepard is there to get it out of danger, or try to anyway. Jessica Lund is there. She can't get to it, and then picked up by Serpico, who just gets to it. It's deflected. It's picked up again by Oshots, who I believe also played in New York for a time, and we have a free kick, again, going to the Sockeyes. Kathy Oha, who had a couple of really nice goals in last year's Central Regional. The Minnesota Freeze had a full team in that game, played in Racine, Wisconsin. They played the New York Magpies and the Columbus Gillaroos. It's a similar combination where you have a combination team. McKenzie will keep the ball to herself. She's doing her Cristiano Ronaldo impersonation. She soccers the ball to herself. Hand the balls into the middle. We're met quickly by Serpico, who ties her up. No prior. Or was there?
You omitted one detail, though.
What's that?
McKenzie isn't crying on the field.
That's true. Yeah, that did happen. So that is a free kick, a good tackle by Serpico. Yes. Ryan initially crossed his arms to signal a ball up as she handballs at the kicker, who just got the kick away, and it one hops into Leone. She handballs it over to Armstrong. Armstrong with a grubby kick, and then here's Lund, it looks like, who will kick the ball forward, or check that. That's Leslie. Long kick forward, one-on-one contest. It's Smolak, and then going backwards for Even, and then she takes down Manea. And it's going to be a free kick to the Sockeyes, and they get out of jail as Even's going to play on. She's not running.
She better bounce that.
Yeah, she was going to say.
Umpire Begg's a little bit lenient there.
Yeah, it seems like it, but off of the top, and that one is picked up by Jackie DeLue, who's done a good job in the ruck. She's taken down. Ball goes to ground. It's picked up again by Bletcher. And then it's kicked, and it's marked by Tish Williams, who did a good job to come back. So Williams, she's taking her time, looking for a lead. Has a couple if she wants it, but it goes in short. And then hauled down there is the Maiden player, and we'll have a free kick. So here's Meg Leone, who was in on that tackle. One of 2 Michigan natives on this team. Brett Brower, who's from Zeeland, Michigan, is the other one. And it's marked defensively by Terry Tupper. Terry Tupper, who's an Arizona native. The mark is taken defensively. The kick is out into the middle, looking for Smolak. And they're trying to clean it up. There's Serpico in the back, who's been roving all over the place. It squirts out again. Shepard is down on her knees. Picked up, kicked towards goal. Only one player back, and it's Lizzie Even. The ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, and the Maidens will take this. Still 6-2. That was the halftime score. As we are midway through the second half, Brian Barish alongside Anthony Lally.
And the sun's coming through here in Salem.
It is, and so is Paige Kicker, who comes through and kicks that one deep. Williams couldn't get to it. She will on a second opportunity, but we have a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick as there was contact off the ball. So free kick to Meg Leone, who throws out onto her right foot out to Armstrong on the left side, and here comes Armstrong, who's going to bustle her way through. She kicks a worm-burning, finger-breaking, upcountry mongrel punt. But there is Shepard to relieve the danger. A little bit of aerial ping-pong, and now here they come the other way. Swing and a miss there by Jess Nelson. And it's going to be a throw and a free kick as Roni Sternberg gets pinged. So here is Oha, wounded duck, looking for Oshatz. Goes to ground. Walker in there for the Steelheads, and Dennis Ryan crosses his arms and says, let's ball this up again. Ball back into the air. Knocked forward, Leone and Oha. San Francisco wins it. There's Marks, does a good job of bringing that one in. She has a bounce. Oh, great Shepard in there by Robin Leslie. Off Serpico, goes in deep, and it's a mark by Smolak. She goes to play on and doesn't. So here is Carly Smolak. She's going to handball it up over the middle for Marks, who couldn't hang on to it. And then Blecker probably could have gotten called for going in high around the neck. But in fact, it is a ball up. Still 6-2. And that goal by Simone Shepard early in the first half is the difference of the game. Going in again, and I think it's going to be high tackle. And you know what? That's I don't know about that, but I mean that's bad luck. But it's going to be a free kick to Marks.
Player safety's got to be a concern for the umpires.
It is. I mean, it's the right call. It's just it's just a shame.
Yeah.
Here's a handball to Maggione from Smolak. It's high in the air, marked by Shepard, and again she comes through. 90% of the ground is covered by grass, the other 10% by Shepard, and she finds Serpico up on the near side. Those are still her New York Magpie socks, I might add. She comes out to the near side, overcooks the kick over everybody. It's a 3-on-1 advantage, as here is Blecker, who throws it onto the right foot into open spaces, but there's two Iron Maidens there, and then the handball knocked down nicely and then thrown off the ball. Great job by Amanda Weaver.
Oh, gets it away.
And she just gets it away,
I think
but we're going to have a whistle.
Ryan's called the tackle. Umpire Ryan's called the tackle. So took those knees down before she got it away. We're going to have a free kick here for Portland. Probably 60 metres out. Look for a trailing lead. Set it up.
Zaya McSky goes in short.
Whoa.
Over the top goes Leone. Play on, says the umpire. And then a great Shepard thrown in. And then it's marked by, unless it was high and it's going to come back. It is.
It may do, yes.
That was DeLue, who came in a little bit high on the Shepard. I don't know when the last time we had a score was. It has been some time.
It has. It's still 6-2, the Sockeyes over the Maidens. That was what we went into the half at.
Weaver didn't do well on the kick, and then Estrada went in. But I'll tell you, or rather that's Maggione.
It's certainly a contest.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually really impressed, especially when you consider, I mean, there's a lot of veterans from Minnesota and Portland on this Sockeyes team. But there's a lot of new players. We mentioned McSky. We mentioned some of these other girls. There it is. Joe is in front. And they are really showing. But here is Simone Shepard, who is always around the ball.
Leaving three in her wake.
Throws it around the body. It's in short. It comes off of Ojeda. That's got to be a high tackle.
It is called high. Just a little bit over shoulders.
Overzealous.
Yes, over shoulder reach there.
So free kick. Throws that one up. Not the best of drops. Shepard. Yes! And Simone Shepard, and this is definitely, I believe, at the edge of her range. So
we could have a score here for the first time in the half.
Yep. So you're going to see them assemble, and what I would do is I would lead out to the side. That's what Nafla Poff is doing to give her an option, but she's going to set sail on her own. It's fading right, and it's marked right on the line nicely by Brett Brower, who has done very well at the fullback position. I think that's what they're going to try and work her in. As I mentioned, she was a ruck. and but doing very well on the back line. And then here comes Portland back the other way as Marks is able to dispossess her man and then pick it up and kick that one up. But Tupper comes up and takes
Great
the mark.
mark.
She'll play on quickly. Mark, no,
Oh.
it's a friendly fire. Here's Oha for the lead. Yes! Kathy Oha was the benefit of two maidens colliding together. She stuck with the play, and she extends the lead. Minnesota 2 straight, 12. San Francisco 2 points. That goes up there with the memorable goal she scored last year on the second effort. And you see the two
players. A little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, a little unlucky, but Oha does what good forwards do, and that is follow the play. She didn't even break stride.
So given how tough it's been to crack either goals here, that could be
the winning score.
Could be, definitely the daylight that they're going to need to see this home. I know that the Maidens certainly won't be stepping backwards. They'll even put the foot down here. And here we go. Here's Mackenzie through the center.
Here she comes up that right side, up the left side rather. But there's Kicker, Paige Kicker, who has done a wonderful job in that defensive back half. Has touched the ball a lot today as she goes up the right side. Armstrong pressures the Sockeyes player up on that far side. Kept in by Leone, who goes up on the far sideline, and the ball bounces out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. That's the first goal we've had in some time.
2/3 of the way through the second half.
Yep. So actually the ball went out on the full. So here is Oha. Kathy Oha, whose husband Trevor is the fitness manager for the USA Revolution. And Trevor runs a tight ship with that.
Trevor,
Mark, almost marked by DeLu, and the ball goes out of bounds. So boundary throw-in. Glad you're here with us, and if you want to check out all the action and want to find out how you can play, if you like what you're seeing, check out USAFL.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter @USAFL. As Marks just gets it away, Bruce is in there, as is Smolak, who looks over the top for Bruce. Tupper had the ball sort of surprise her on the bounce. It still rolls forward. Picked up by Bruce, who just gets it on. One-on-one contest, even is pushed off the ball. Second effort, third effort, tries to go again to Bruce. Two players there, throws it on to the left, does Leslie, and that one isn't in short. Kicker is there, but it comes out to Smolak. She puts it onto the right foot and kicks for goal, but it is out, and it's going out on the full. So Smolak was able to, I'm sorry,
no,
it's a behind. My apologies. The goal umpire put one hand up, which means the ball is out of bounds.
And we have an injury here, hopefully just cramp, nothing too serious.
Just looking over there, it's one of the
Maidens.
I believe, it looks like Sarah Maggione, who is, I've been very impressed with her, especially her speed and her decision-making, and she did incredibly well. It is, in fact, Maggione as she gets up. So it looks like she's okay, and it looks like, in fact, it was a cramp, so she'll stay on. So 12-3, it's back to 9. Still 2 straight kicks the difference. Bruce almost took it. Serpico stayed with it. Here is, Marks, as she was claimed by Tupper. She finds Bruce. She's claimed by Serpico. Getting away here is Leslie. She'll put that on. It's not a great kick. She waited too long to kick it. Kicker's going to come over. She is taken down. She's hauled down, and that's got to be holding the ball. No prior opportunity. It's going to be a ball up, says the umpire. That could have gone either way.
Here we go.
Ball in the air again. Leslie against Shepard. Shepard wins it. Knocked down by McKenzie. McKenzie is wrapped up again by Shepard. The ball comes loose again. Tupper is over there to take it. Picked up again by Shepard. Shepard handballs it into the middle. That is Manea. Manea kicks and it goes wide and out of bounds. I will tell you this. San Francisco has 3 scoring shots. That's one more than the Sockeyes do. And if all of them are straight, at least 2 of them are straight, they're winning this game. Ball comes back into play. Can't be much time left. Shepard was able to get it out cleanly. The Sockeyes will have an opportunity, but running through is McKenzie, just getting her foot, and it gets by Tupper. Picked up by Bruce. Handballs it over to McKenzie. McKenzie just gets it off, and again, another miss, and that's going out on the full.
Just to the right. So those last couple of half chances from the Maidens have just let them down a little bit.
And again,
they do feel a bit rushed.
Yeah.
I think they're feeling the time pressure. So, but those girls are standing up. Mackenzie, Bruce.
Yep. Oh, Mark! Nice mark by Serpico with no regard
mark
for her body against
Excellent
Julie Marks, one of the best defensive players in the country, and she goes in short, but it's going to get picked off. No, by Leone, who had it. Oha kicks it along. Here's Brower. She throws it on, smothered by Oha with a good second effort. She juggled it, had it, just got it away before Williams got her, and then Brower with a good second effort kicks the ball forward, and Shepard steps up and takes another mark. That's got to be about 15 marks for Shepard, and she has to be at about 25 disposals. So here is Shepard, again with her team up 12-3 as the kick comes out.
Whoa, it beats everybody.
Almost taken by Oha. Brower picks it up. She runs into the middle. She's got to get rid of it and does. It's not the greatest not the prettiest of kicks, but it's a nice mark taken.
Very effective.
And that's all that matters. Well, it's taken defensively there. And then it's kicked out short. Looking again for Shepard. Bruce, or check that. That's Mackenzie. Williams is there. And then picking it up and then kicking that one in short. It's going to one-hop. Oh, good shot. It's Tupper with a great Shepard allowing Serpico to get it to Shepard, and they get it out of danger again. What a great job by Terry Tupper, who's played on the Liberty development team for the USA, and there's a free kick. My goodness gracious. What a very hearty effort by this team, by these two clubs who have come together and have put on what may be a championship-winning performance.
Quite
short
the
kick
show
for
so
Serpico. As they go in short, up over the top, no. They'll play that on. She controls it. You have to pick that up. She does it, and the play continues. Poff has it. She's taken to the ground. Second effort there, and we have a free kick as it was pushing the back. No, free kick. It's going to be to the Maidens, and they have to go. There's not much time left. They can't wait. She's got Leone on the near side, but that kick was to no one in particular. Serpico picks it up. She gets a Shepard. She kicks that one inside 50, but back to take it is Ojeda, and she's told to play on. She's claimed by Poff, and a great heads-up play by Nafla Poff to earn the free kick.
Poff has done very, very well in this half. She's gone looking for work. She's come from that, safe place in the forward line, and she's really rushed forward to help her teammates, put pressure on.
As a forward myself, I can tell you that if you're not able to make yourself a lead, make yourself useful, and that's what she does. But now she needs a lead here. She's going to milk precious seconds off the clock. Still up by 2 straight kicks. Let's see what sort of lead she gets. She ends up going in short one-on-one contest. Almost taken. It goes to ground.
Good idea. Unlucky.
Picked up by McSky. Yep. Here is Shepard. Shepard kicks that ball a little bit further. It fades out to the side. It's still in the field of play. Brower, and then picked up by Leone. She's dispossessed. Brower is still there. And then that's thrown onto the right. It pops up in the air. Shepard.
And so that's awarded.
Yep.
So this is definitely her range. It's a tighter angle, but the way she's played and the talent she has.
So Simone Shepard.
Let's see. This could really put it to bed and be a good final act.
The Minnesota Freeze and the Portland Sockeyes have never won a USAFL sanctioned championship. That one hasn't sealed it. It's out on the full. Not a whole lot of time left.
Not long now.
And San Francisco is going to need 2 goals quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Pronto as well.
Yes. They got to channel Speedy Gonzalez. Crash Boom Opera as Leone holds up Oha. And Dennis Ryan says no prior opportunity to get rid of the ball, so he'll ball it up. Shepard and Leone, and Shepard again has been doing a great job in the ruck. She's got to be best on ground in this division. Mackenzie up the left side. Throws that one into the middle.
Georgiadis goes to clean it up.
Here comes
under
Kathy
pressure.
Georgiadis with Maggione behind her. I'll tell you what, she's been relatively quiet. Jess Estrada has been relatively quiet.
Yes, very well contained.
and that shows the talent that this club has. But a very good effort, and again, the old Dennis Cometti line, with all these missed chances, they'd be kicking themselves, but they'd probably miss.
So here we go.
And that's it. That is it. Full time at the football. And ladies and gentlemen, the women's champions in the Western Regionals of the Minnesota Freeze and Portland Sockeyes, as they have taken this third and final game and have gone undefeated on a great day of footy. The final score, the Sockeyes 2 straight 12. The San Francisco Iron Maidens 3 points. And spare a thought for the Iron Maidens, who really fought through today. They had an absolutely wonderful tournament. They come up 1-2. But hats off to Cat Hogg and to all the players from those two teams who came together today and really played as one.
They did a fantastic job just to bring the two clubs together. I know a lot of these girls know each other and they've seen each other at certain regional tournaments. Nothing substitutes for training together. Just to see them really work hard for each other. You can see they've really enjoyed each other's company throughout the day, and they've really worked hard together. And to think, it's held together, obviously, you talked about best on ground. I think Simone Shepherd's been fantastic. Oha's been great. Terry Tupper was great.
Yes.
I think, even Naf Lepov, even up in the full forward line, didn't have a lot of clean shots in the goal square, but she came in and she really supported her teammates. And I'll tell you what, like you said about the Maidens, great performances. Estrada was a little quiet, well contained, but great performances from Mackenzie, Leone, Bruce, and Armstrong.
Cat Hogg, who you see with the long hair coming around front, she has been with this team since the beginning, since it was founded in 2005, the Minnesota side that is, and this is their first USAFL sanctioned championship. We have more footy on the way. We hope to see you again for more footy action. For Anthony Lally, this is Brian Barish. The final score again, the Sockeyes 12, San Francisco 3. The Sockeyes win the women's championship. We'll have a good day. We'll be back later.
Support for tonight's program was provided by MAPS Credit Union, premier sponsor of Salem Keizer Schools. Visit one of our convenient locations in the Willamette Valley or our website, mapscu.com. And by Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.